Oh, we're live. Well, I'm live. Dylan's on his way. Updating. Oh, wait, we found him.
We're live.
Oh, we're live.
How's my exposure? Am I really underexposed? What's going on with this?
Shutter's not open.
But I could see myself.
There you are. Woo!
It was the delay.
There's a delay. Software, firmware, or the usual audio gremlins. Oh, it was the Rode software. If I'm correct, I had to update mine too, but apparently the Streamer X also had an update as well. Just make sure all your audio is in place there, Dylan. I had to turn all my lights on. I've got a bit of a different setup. It's a long story. I can't even talk about it, but that's why everything seems a little bigger than it's supposed to be. But don't worry, we're gonna fix that out.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. You are a little dark, but that's okay.
I can fix that. Yeah. I gotta move to do that though.
Beresford says, gonna miss this one. I'm out with friends, but I did manage to acquire a rare microphone. See you next time. I cannot wait to see that. Outsider Jess, should I buy a Roland Bridgecast one? It has a built-in compressor. Jess, that is actually a fantastic interface. Just don't get the Bridgecast with the video. It's absolute dog shit for what it's supposed to be. I like UK. Greetings from the UK. How's it going, man? That's
good eye.
What am I doing? Put my own comment up. Jan's back.
You narcissist.
Narcissist. The usual audio gremlins. Glad you made it. Glad you made it too. How much is the Roland Bridgecast one on Black Friday, or should I just wait for August since everything is on sale? August? That's weird. I can hear myself going through your headphones.
No. That was it's the iPad. I have to pull up the stream, right, so I can see the comments on this side.
Yeah. You know what's driving me nuts is this needs to come down, but then that's better. Black Friday Roland Bridgecast one should be on sale. That should be on sale quite often, actually, because it really didn't sell well. So you'll probably find it on sale more often than it's not. So, Dylan, how's it going, buddy? Long time no see. But
it's been a hell of a 15 minutes, let me tell you. Everything's like, now is the time to update. Always when you're going to do stuff is the time when everything's like, hey, is now a good time for maintenance? No, now is not good time for maintenance.
It's every time you go to live stream, there's always going to be one thing. It happened to me this week, but a couple weeks ago, it was like, I think it was our first one back. We're about to do everything, and I hadn't opened up any of these programs in forever. Right. I was like, oh damn.
Oh, yeah, I opened the Rodecaster app. Like, I use the Streamer X daily as sort of a telecommuting device of sorts.
Yeah.
But I never changed the routing on it. And so I never have a need to open up the Rodecaster app. And so I opened it for the first time in like 3 weeks. And I'm like, okay, updates. Shocker.
Calvin Alatala. How's it going, buddy? One of the rare times I'm catching you live. Cheers, man. Glad you can make it. Haven't seen Dylan since Wednesday.
Oh my God, it's been so long.
That was a wild day, man. That was...
My legs were hurting for like a day and a half after that for some reason. I don't know what is going on with my body, but I was just like my quads were just on fire.
Yeah. I'm still going through a little bit of that. I think it was just kind of all the moving around. We're studio rats, so
yeah. Well, that's it. I don't know. I used to be a pretty agile dude, and now I'm just kind of not only age, but also having a job where I'm sitting for 12 hours a day. Right?
I literally started waking up at 6 a.m. just to go to the gym because that's when I have time to get to the gym.
Right.
And it's the only way I can stay somewhat not sore all the time or sitting my ass off.
Yeah. I try to get up periodically, but I mean, I used to walk to work and that was awesome to get in that cardio, man. But
when I set up Dark Corner Studios, I will make sure it's in walking distance of your place.
Hey!
Dimebag says he's a fat fart. Hey, man.
I'm the last part, not so much the first part, but I am a fart.
It's been
a skinny fart.
This Wednesday made me realize something. I need a camera person.
Yeah.
And I'm actually dealing with, because I'm doing a video on an interview mic. I don't even have it in front of me. And I'm reviewing it and kind of talking about the positives and the drawbacks to interview mics. And one of the things I want to do is I want to go downtown and I want to basically do a bit of a street. What I was going to do is I was going to take $100 and like give anybody $20 if they can name a single microphone. I think like hey, name any microphone and here's $20. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that will struggle with that. And I think it would be fantastic content, but I was going to put that in the video of me using this interview mic, right? But I've got to get downtown and then I've got to go around with the camera in one hand, microphone in the other, and a $20 bill. Don't ask what I'm holding that with. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, normally, like looking at what we kind of had going in NAB or NAB show, you know, I was your kind of camera op, which worked well, but in cases where both of us need to be on camera, that's hard.
Yeah, well, the Wednesday was brutal.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the distractions around us and everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It was this interesting. Andrew brought this up. I am kind of curious about trying this out with the Mackie, the Go stuff. Is the portable gear look good, but I suppose it's lithium based, so battery life outdoors would be terrible in a Canadian winter. I will say I don't know. Like I don't think these speakers, the subs, anything are weather sealed. That's actually a great question, something I should have thought about. They do show it being used in the desert. So, but the desert doesn't have rain or snow. So.
No, I mean, you've got outside escalators in Vegas. Like you can put anything outside, you know, as long as it doesn't mind getting hot. That is a consideration though. I mean, you know, these things are painted black and you and I found, oh man.
Oh crap, did they get warm?
Sun. Oh, even just my phone, like the few times I took out my phone to do something, like I was going to take more pictures, but like I've got a dark ass phone case. I'm like, my phone's going to cook.
Yeah, I took a little bit of video, just some B-roll of going up and down the units, and my phone was well on fire. That's a great question. I'm going to actually look into that. I also need to find out whether or not they're weather sealed. That's actually really important. I'm guessing with some of the, I believe they have. I'm looking at them right now. I don't know. I don't think they have any spots where water can get in, but I'll actually make some questions.
I do not believe, you know, knowing a little bit about behind the curtain off the top of my head, they're not designed to be out in the pouring rain. I'd have to check the documentation. There might be like an IP rating.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like, you know, IP67, right?
No, it's not like out in the pouring rain. That's ridiculous. No, you're buying specialized equipment.
To the temperature thing, absolutely, you should store these things in a climate-controlled space. Like, obviously, operating them out amongst the wilds, because the thing is, these things get hot on the inside too. There's amplifiers in there, and so even in a cold, wintry space, if you're running them, there's going to be some residual heat that you can kind of take advantage of. But generally, like if you're stowing them, you know, don't keep them in your car trunk for, you know, the entire winter, right? You should put them in a place, but that goes for pretty much any electronic devices, right? Like even you know, the Pro FX 10 Go or, you know, a Yamaha MG or whatever. These things aren't meant to be stored in like minus 30 with varying levels of humidity.
King Paco, interesting question here that I'm going to have to be very careful. I just lost my... Where'd it go?
What'd you do?
Oh, it's over on that computer. How do I get it back? You know what I hate? Oh, there it is. It's back. King Paco Nintendo Lover says, how are you guys doing? Do you have anything new to talk about on your channel, like a new microphone? So I'm under NDA for a lot of things. I've like a blanket NDA with Rode and Mackie, which 100%. I'm on NDA for a few other products, one of which I'm using that I can't talk about. I can say there are some exciting things coming, but that's all I can say right now. I will have to say, though, not very many new microphones coming out. Microphones have really died off. there was a massive push between 2020 and 2023, give or take, where everybody's releasing microphones. They had USB mics, they had different gamer mics, they had different, like, I feel like the microphone kind of vibe is kind of flat right now, which is, I don't know. It's interesting, but also it's kind of like, when your channel runs on reviewing that stuff. I do have the RE50, the Electro Voice RE50 coming up, though, in case you're wondering. As for new stuff, though, no, I do know of some things that are on the kind of immediate future, but yeah.
Are you going to do a review of the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2
Oh,
Anniversary Edition?
did you buy one?
I'm probably going to. Do I
should
need
I-
it? I don't need it at all.
Do I need it?
That's such a noob question. But yeah, I mean, it's the ISA blue, the bronzy knobs. It's cool. I've never owned the 2i2. I've only ever personally owned the Solo. I've used the 18i6 and the 4i4 and all the variants in other places, but actually owning. So I was like, maybe it's time I buy a 2i2. Little utility.
Here, note for users in Quebec. Yeah, thanks, man. Go away. Allow cookies. Go away. Come on. In case you're wondering what it looks like, you can see that. That is a sexy unit.
Yeah, man.
They're limited edition too.
Apparently, yeah, for a limited time only. Whatever that means in a Focusrite term.
I think I have to buy one. Like that is just sexy. And I haven't reviewed the 4th gen, and I think that's why I would get it.
I mean, it's funny because like the 2i2, as far as like sound and stuff, is nothing amazing, but it's just still become such a workhorse in the broadcast, podcast, little production studio, voiceover space because it's reliable. They work well. They're consistent.
Yeah.
I really can't think of a lot of good things to say. I mean, that's not to say that everything that's ubiquitous. I mean, the Blueface MBox 2 was pretty ubiquitous at a point, and that's a terrible piece of engineering for a number of reasons. But I don't know. The Scarlett, man, Scarlett 2i2, that's where it's at.
Yeah, it's sexy. Andrew says, will be interesting as sodium ion batteries work great in cold conditions. Cool. That's actually good to know.
Sodium ion, yeah.
I've never actually worked with sodium ion batteries, but
what's the energy density like the ratio of like energy to weight? Because I mean, lead acid technology also has some benefits, but
yeah, absolutely.
As far as getting the amount of power you need into a reasonable carryable thing, like I don't know, Aiden, if you've bought one of those camping batteries,
I want one, Jackery.
And I think those are still lithium. I think they're just a shitload of little lithium cells just packed into a container.
Oh, of course they are. But like, I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like, the battery tech hasn't come far enough yet in the civilian sector. I'm positive they're, like you mentioned, sodium ion.
I want supercapacitors, man. That's what I'm holding out for. I want me some supercap batteries. Charge in 2 seconds, last for 16 weeks. That's what I want.
Dimebag says, I could be that camera person if I was local to you, but alas. Yeah, you know what? My microphone's name is Shirley. Okay. Yeah. Damn shame I don't live in Canada. Jess, you say that now, but come December, January, yeah. That all changes. Dimebag's in Edmonton. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I lived in Edmonton for 6 years. Sony studio mic I've seen like 10,000. Oh, yeah, the C800G. I believe it is the C800G. Not worth it. I mean, if you're going to call the U87AI overpriced, and it is.
I'm kind of realizing, dude, and I thought it was just really more in the consumer space, but I'm kind of realizing that Sony is one of those like Gibson-y companies. Like the Sony name comes with the Sony tax.
Yeah.
Because
of course it does.
We were at Best Buy looking at TVs, and we looked at all the big ones, right? And just looking at them, like, what do they look like? Are they bright? What's the dynamic range? How's the color rendering? All that good stuff. And I was not blown away by anything that Sony had to offer. I looked at their like 114 behemoth, 114-inch monstrosity, and I mean the industrial design of it is good, but the actual like I'm not captivated by its performance,
Dude, somebody just told me. Crap, I lost the screen. There it is. Rode released a USB hub. What the hell?
Yeah, right.
The hell?
Yeah, man.
Scream, bleed, die, rat. Dude, you can leave. That kind of crap doesn't show up or doesn't belong in the chat.
Doesn't tickle your fancy.
Don just said Rode just announced a new hub by email today. Have you tried it? No. I didn't even know they did that, and now I want the Rode hub. I don't know, like reviewing the hub on my channel might seem a little ridiculous. I don't know if people want to see, but apparently it's a high performance USB hub designed to ensure seamless connectivity and exceptional performance in any workspace. High speed data transfer, 10 gigabits per second. So it's USB 4. 10 gigabits per second is USB 4, right? That's Thunderbolt.
It's a lot. It's a good speed.
Yeah, charges up to 60 watts.
I'm fuzzy on the specifications on the different revisions.
This has 7 USB ports, super speed USB connectivity. I hate the name super speed. It's all super speed. 2 SD card readers, which good God, that's awesome. And 60 watt power delivery. I have like an OWS one that I bought like for $300. This looks like one that's like, holy crap, it looks good. That's sleek, and it's not powered. That's the interesting part. Oh no, it is powered. Okay, it's got.
I was gonna say with all of that, I mean that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, the problem is for Thunderbolt 4, you need power.
Well,
it just needs to have power.
I think though, like USB PD or USB CPD power delivery is significantly higher than the 500 milliwatt or 500 milliamp the old USB 2.0 kind of standard. So I wonder. I'm not going to look into it, but it's interesting.
Magnetic wireless microphone attached to a 360-degree travel adventure camera avoids a camera operator. Yeah, $20 another hand. I was thinking, a drone, just get one of those follow drones. But then you can't use that in the downtown market,
Oh yeah, they get a little weird about that.
Logitech Mevo live streaming camera system. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'm suppressing the urge to buy. Man, the urge to buy gets me all the time. Zoom wishes you were under NDA. I still haven't heard from them. I'm supposed to be getting the Zoom H6 Studio. They said last week it was supposed to come this week or next week, so I'll actually have to touch base with him. If we were to look closely, could we see the thing that you were under NDA about? No, actually, not at all, actually. But yeah, even if you could, I would like you. You've got to be super strict in this environment about maintaining like things off camera. Like you can't let something slip into view. I have had videos where I was shooting, where I was walking around my studio and you could see something in the background. This is the NTH 50s back when they were still like, we had gotten those super early and I had them around my studio for some time, but I was doing the video and I was editing it and I'm like, oh shit. So I had to go in and I had to actually blur out the box.
I don't know, that gives me anxiety because I'm like looking around here and I've got a number of things that are not even in the public conversation yet that I'm like,
yeah, and that's like that's one of the things you really have to be careful about, because the last
I'm usually pretty good about it. Like what my brain automatically and yours is probably a little bit like this too to an extent, but like when I'm going into like shoot mode, on a camera, like my brain is like, all right, scan the space that the camera is facing and make sure that things are looking the way that you wanted to. Because I've had so many things in the past, like even before we did that thing this week, I looked at my bass and then like I have this like this Hercules like 7 guitar all in a row stand. You've seen it. And it's by a window and I often have the window open. So I like looked at the neck of the bass and it was all just dirt and crud. And I'm like, I said, yeah, on Aiden's 4K camera, I'm going to see that come out. I'm going to just vomit. And so I was like, I'm going to clean this now because I'm going to be really mad at myself if I don't.
Enthusiast Impressions, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you before. The older mics still exist, though. Got to buy them all. Yeah, I have a problem. I've gotten out of buying a lot of microphones because one, like they're sent to me, which is really helpful. But two, for me to go buy a mic, so I'm using the MKH416. I got the Rode NTG 3. That's the other one that I use. I use an NT1. Use an SM7B. Trying to think of the other ones I use, but outside of those, right? Like, what am I buying a microphone for? I literally have a microphone for everything. So if I'm going to buy a mic, I need to be able to make the money back with it. And I can't do that as it stands. Yeah. So it sucks. Calvin's got an interesting question. Alatal, I haven't heard from a lot of people talking about the Hollyland Lark Max 2 with the 4 transmitter setup. Do you know if that would actually work well for a 4-person podcast? If it is a 4, if it's got 4 transmitters all going towards a receiver and it's separate, like you'd record on the transmitters, that would work fantastically for a 4-person podcast. In fact, I'm surprised we're not seeing more podcasts being done with Wireless Pro, with the Lark, whatever they are. I trying to remember all the names, the DJI set and all that. I'm surprised we haven't seen more. As the technology and that stuff gets better and better, you're going to see it's becoming an easier, cheaper, and all around just better setup. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was fantastic. Without breaching NDA, are you focused on UX design, workflow, aesthetic feedback, integration with other equipment, or YouTuber review, sarcasm, risk assessment?
I'm trying to more focus with that for myself anyway, on the parts of that I'm not involved in. Like, I don't know, we had
there's a little bit of it all.
we had a bunch of ideation sessions this week on some hardware design stuff, lots of like trying to figure out differentiation, lots of talk about UI UX, how products in an ecosystem integrate together, how all that works, app flows, user feedback, integration with other equipment, YouTube, all of it. I don't know. I think in order to make a good product, and the department I work in is product management. I'm not per se a product manager, although I'm like 80% of what a product manager is. I know if you're good, if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, it's all of it.
The YouTuber review, sarcasm, risk assessment, I don't even consider. If a client or if a company wants to work with me, this is what you're getting. Watch a couple of my videos. I rarely have a straight face video that I don't dick around in.
No, and you even saw like Mackie responded to your little thub sump go.
Thub sump go. Get it right. Thub sump go. But that's that's the kind of stuff that's what you're getting. That's the fun of this channel. If you don't like that, don't send me your product.
They love the video, by the way. I talked to the product manager.
That's cool.
For Thumb Sub Go, and he thought the video was cool. It was really on point, and he thought it was really cool what we actually kind of got out to do something crazy with it. Going busking with a full PA.
Yeah, and you just can't, like, that's stuff, and this is what I really love about, like, and it all comes back to I need a cameraman / editor, because it all comes back to this is the stuff that's starting to push the boundaries of what this channel can do. Going out, like, that was Dylan and I were basically like, oh shit, we need to get this done. That video was shot the day before it went out.
Literally, the day before,
And a lot of it comes, sorry, go ahead.
No, a lot of it comes, you're saying?
A lot of it comes down to, one is an unreleased product. So taking it out into the wild like that in a downtown core, in an art section of a downtown core is a little risky. When people see it, they can take pictures of it. They can do that kind of stuff. And I really, really didn't want to get out super early with this. Like, I've had it for, I think, close to a month. And I didn't want to like get out there and like, guys, look at these new things. Please don't take pictures. but also like time and setting this stuff up, and again, we had ideas that fell through. It just again, it really pushes the envelope of what this channel can do, and I love it.
No, and I think just from a user standpoint, again, like I've known about this product and I've had a little bit of FaceTime with this product for several months. But like I didn't actually get a chance to use it in a situation, right? Until this week. And I didn't hit any snags. Everything on it now, again, I'm a experienced user, so take all of this with a grain of salt. But there's no hangups. The communication on the back, the buttons, everything does is
it's pretty dumb shit simple. Like, and that's not a knock against them. It's actually something I like.
It should be right. Like when we look at kind of the different customers for the different lineups of product, like the Thump customer. The Thump customer in a lot of cases is the run and gun, right? And so, we talk about different terminology and stuff that appeals to one user over another and makes sense to one group, but maybe not another. Like, not everything has to be, crazy. I don't know. You look at the documentation for what's a good like EAW stuff, I guess, in the States, or RCF speakers. Right. These are like several $1,000 boxes, line array boxes. It's not necessarily for the faint of heart. You have to understand what's going on. Whereas, reading the Thump documentation, as I did a little bit going up to this event, I know it's much more approachable language. I think for the intermediate technical person, right? The person that set speakers up before and makes money doing this, but maybe isn't your 26-year veteran sound guy, right?
Jerker, how's it going, buddy? Welcome to the screen. The usual weekly jerk. If you ask me, when it comes to the single most ubiquitous yet trash piece of audio gear, it would be hands down the Blue Yeti. Strong agree. I think it's falling off, though. I think the Blue Yeti is no longer ubiquitous. I think in the history of USB microphones, it is. But now I think
that's one of those mics, though. There's like a cult. Yeah. There's like a Blue Yeti cult. Like, they will come and they will rip your house apart if you come and talk shit about their Blue Yeti.
It's brutal. Dimebag says, and we got a couple on this, sodium batteries are a little less energy dense than lithium, but sodium is so abundant. And Andrew says, sodium ion energy density is about where lithium was 10 years ago. CATL goes into car production about now for cars. They also have battery packs, blended lithium and sodium next to each other. That's awesome, because one of the drawbacks in Canada to the Ford F-150 Lightning, it didn't sell, and it's struggling in sales in Canada because come winter, good luck. I mean, minus 40, just good luck.
This dumb question. I'm not in the industry, and I'm a low-key sort of energy technology enthusiast of sorts. What's the volatility like of sodium ion versus lithium? Because, I mean, I ain't done it myself personally, because I value my life, but you take a fireplace poker and you stick it through a phone battery. Like, this is people, I don't know, in a gas-powered car are like, oh my God, the car, if I hit something, it's going to explode. It's like, this is probably more dangerous to your life in your car than the gas powered, electric cars are a whole other thing, obviously.
Well, remember when the Note 7 started exploding and everybody was like, oh, and they banned them from planes.
Yeah.
Like, you were not able to take a Note 7 onto a plane. There's a reason. No, because one of those phones exploding is bad.
What was it years ago? I don't know if anyone here is a fan of photonic induction. That guy, Andy Moya. I don't know what happened to him, but he did one with a laptop battery, and Jesus, like, his whole backyard was filled with smoke, and it was one
laptop battery.
Yeah, laptop battery.
I'd be interesting to see how the sodium does compared to lithium. That is actually an interesting question.
Or if there's any difference at all. Maybe it's the same issue. I don't know. Maybe just be careful with your freaking batteries, and it won't be a problem.
So apparently sodium's coming. Good to know. The USB hub is the NDA thing. Yeah. No, I was not told about that. I think obviously because my channel, it's a USB hub, guys. I'm still going to ask him if I can have one, because God, you can't have enough USB hubs. The idea of having 2 SD card readers is a freaking dream. Like that's just a dream.
Yeah, like integrated into your main, like, because I've got SD card readers on hubs, but they're shitty hubs. And so I don't use them for anything. I only plug them in to use the SD card reader. So it'd be nice to have like an SD card reader attached to an actual high, high performance hub for what's the price on this guy? Let's see.
Yeah, well, you find that. Danny Big One, thanks for the review of the Rode Procaster. You're welcome. I have a question. The RE320 has more bass and body than the RE20. Is better for voiceover work. Thanks. It doesn't really matter. I got a lot. So the RE320 was my first like at-home microphone way back in the day, and I got a lot of gigs with it. I actually made a decent. I made the money back for the mic probably about tenfold. When I say a decent amount, I made a decent amount for somebody that was just starting voiceover work.
How long did it take you to make back the value of the mic?
About a year.
About a year? That's not bad.
Yeah. So yeah, like it doesn't matter. And you're going to start to see when it comes to professional grade mics like RE320, as long as you don't sound like trash, and you're not hyper sibilant, because a lot of your, like when you're doing up a voiceover demo, you're not using that microphone. You're probably going into a studio to work with a producer to do your voiceover. If you want to be a professional about it, you're going to be going into a studio to do up your thing, probably with an MKH 416 or something like that. And then you get jobs and you perform those jobs with the microphone you have at home. And then you send the raw audio to another producer, and the producer takes care of that, and you get paid for the job. The microphone you're using really doesn't matter that much when it comes to, well, it matters.
No, your chops matter a lot more.
Yes.
Like how many different people can you pretend to be? That's a way bigger tell of what you're going to get paid than what mic you're using. I mean, most of the pro VO people, and you've worked with some of these people too, like the David Kays of the world, right? One of the many voice actors of Optimus Prime, the voice of Shay 106 and a bunch of other shit. He could probably rock a P120 and be just fine.
And that's just it, right? Like
the guy did the intro voiceover for the Pixar movie Up, right? Like he, that's not oh man, that's because he had a U87. No, that's because he knows how to use his mouth.
It's such a big deal. Like for your first job, for trying to get into voiceover, it's more important to spend your money on treatment. You can use an SM58 for voiceover and just have a decently treated room. It really doesn't matter, because the person on the other end, there are some jobs that are like must have U87 AI, but for the most part, they just want a really good signal and it's really well performed. So Ernesto, my favorite tech, happy Friday back at you.
Dog.
Outsider Jess, I'm between buying the Bridgecast one or some type of drum pad. I miss drumming bad. We're getting a drum kit here.
Me too. I ain't drummed since I've been at an apartment. Last time I picked up some sticks, I think was the drum video that we did. And that was brutal. Man, I do not, still to this day, I've gone back and watched that. For those that don't know, we did some Lawton Audio reviews of some Lawton Audio drum mics at a local studio with some drummage. And I did the drummage in the video. You should check it out if you haven't already. Shameless plug. And I hadn't picked up a pair of sticks in probably 3 or 4 years, but I could work my way around a drum kit before. But that's one of those things, man, I did not envy you for having to go through and find a clip that was succinct.
No, it was fine.
And actually followed a rhythm that was consistent.
I mean, it's nobody's coming here for
drum tutorials.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what it comes down to. The sound.
No, and like I know it's one of those things where if I had a kit available to me before that, I would have kind of revved back up to it and been okay and been like, all right, I'm not going to start with the stutter hits because I'm not going to be able to do that right now. But that was fun.
Andrew's got an interesting question. This is something that I never get a chance to talk about, but this is very important. Happy with the feedback on the zombie killing Rode Procaster video? Any interesting responses in comments? I stop reading comments pretty quickly because it's not overwhelming, but you'll just sit here all day responding to comments. And this studio is actually very, very busy with work. what I try to do is I make sure that if there's somebody that's active with the channel that is commenting on videos, I try to get to those. So if like Andrew, when I see yours come through, I usually like if I see them, I will comment on them, I'll heart them, and I'll try to interact with that because those are the people that's what this channel's for. Those are the people that kind of deserve that. I hate to put it that way, but they're the ones that are interacting. They're the ones that are making this channel possible. Everything else, especially negative comments, I usually don't jump in. Like there's the usual like, stupid road. I just ignore them because you're allowed your opinion. If you don't like a product.
Yeah. Freedom of speech, man. You're allowed to
Yeah.
say what you're allowed to say, and I'm allowed to listen to what I'm allowed to listen
Yep.
to, right? I don't have to listen to everything that comes out of your mouth.
And I don't really care about as long as you're not being a jerk to either me or people in the comments, I usually leave that stuff alone.
As long as
I
you're not
do
being a
respond.
jerker.
Yeah, I do respond to the assholes in the comments always. Like if there's someone's being rude, disrespectful, or just downright like
Or even just unreasonable, you know?
yeah,
It's like, all right.
yeah, yeah. I only have 4 mics, only use one in anger. Yes, you have your hitting mic.
Yeah. 58, man, they'll survive anything.
A lot of podcasters want to have their mic in frame. I'd agree with. Oh shit! How far behind? Holy shit! Are we way behind on comments?
Yeah,
Okay,
sir.
We're just gonna give me 2 seconds here. Dylan. Okay, first one down. Dylan, what did you learn this week on audio technology that proved you were not the smartest person in the room? Holy crap! We're gonna be here for a while. All right, Dylan, go. What'd you learn?
What did I learn? Jesus. What did I not learn? That's the
Don't
question.
give anything away either.
I think this list is small. Yeah, no, that's the problem. That's what I'm filtering in my head.
You do that.
Okay.
You answer
All right.
that.
I can. So one thing that's fallen on my plate is actually hardware modeling. Getting measurements for developing an emulation for a hardware piece. Right. I'm not going to say what the hardware piece is, and I'm not going to say what it's an emulation for. But just learning the different ways, the more efficient, the less efficient way of generating like an accurate transfer function for, the ins and outs of a processor. And I'm kind of learning the process for a digital piece and a process for an analog piece are kind of mostly the same. With the, if you're trying to model a plugin, for example, we end up measuring it in the digital domain anyway. So whether it's coming from a microphone or a line input source or a file that I'm playing back through, a processor, it ends up kind of being the same strategy. But hardware emulation, kind of a fun thing. Trying to capture the, I've always described them as the non-linearities of an audio processor, but I'm sure some engineer somewhere is going to find a better term than that. But just what the X factor, right? Like when people buy a compressor, like an API comp, or when they buy, when people are like, oh man, that Fairchild sound, or when, people reach for a FET versus an opto, like the different technologies and we know them sonically by kind of their character, but it's like, how do you measure that? And then how do you tell a computer how to redo that? And the same thing for like EQs or just general saturators. It's interesting reading the literature on what like Waves does and what Universal Audio does and Slate Digital and all these companies that make all these different emulated hardware models. Yeah, I know that was this week is opening up that massive can of worms. But I'm excited because once I'm at the end of this process, I will know how to very accurately emulate hardware. And that's a really cool skill. Yeah.
I get somebody banned, I'm guessing one of the wrenches in chat. Thank you to whoever banned Scream, Bleed, Die, Rot.
I mean, the name has said it all. I mean,
yeah.
I'm gonna say it. Yeah.
Yeah, just go away. You can drill through a sodium-ion battery with a jackhammer; it won't catch fire. Estimated about 1/10 the price of lithium. Obviously, it's sodium. China has lots of cold places. Yeah, it's important for vehicles. Yeah, that's a good point. China does have a lot of cold places.
Well, and two, this will be good because all the one of the main talking points for the naysayers on electric storage technology, like electric vehicles and stuff, has been like, mining lithium. There are other minerals that are used in these products that are also rare, but I think lithium is the big ticket one that everybody always talks about. So now as this technology gets integrated, that gets taken off the talking point list, which is good.
Outsider Jess, here's an interesting question. So there's only one person who won't make me hate ASMR, and that's Diana Agron. I think I said her name right. Why is that woman so good at everything? There's certain aspects of ASMR that I love, nothing mouth-based. Like, unless somebody has perfect dictation, I'm probably not going to listen to somebody speak right up against a microphone. But I've thought about doing ASMR. Yeah, bite me. I thought about doing ASMR unboxings because, like, I love that.
Those cardboard sounds, like, oh, like you get two box pieces like rub against.
But
funny.
It's like I use a shotgun mic for it and just like crank it up. So like there's a lot of ASMR that I think is really good. But yeah, like what Jerker says, ASM artists. That's good. Often have really high-end audio gear. The community has the near unanimous consensus that the Yeti is the best mic. I strongly disagree. The reason for that is the stereo mode on the Yeti. It's
there are much. Hey, you want to really get some good, there is I'm gonna have to look up what it is, but the Neumann head mic, the one that's got the ears and the mics built into it. I mean, even without that, man, like get two U67s and put them in a mid-side pair, and you'll probably get significantly better stereo imaging than the. But I don't know, for the purposes, and like, I'll ask you this, Aiden: does the ASMR response? Do you get that response, the autonomic sensory meridian response?
Yeah, depending on what it is. I mean, it can go both ways.
Because some people don't get it all. I get it. Certain things will like the tingly on the top of your spine. Yeah.
Depending on what it is, yeah.
Generally, fun fact, that whether or not there's a direct correlation between your likelihood to experience that ASMR response and your open-mindedness. So the more open-minded you are, there's like a statistically correlated,
Well, I know that so it goes both ways. Your intellect's also linked to your sensory perception. So the smarter you are, sometimes the harder it is for you to perceive physical sensory perceptive stuff. But then also at the same time, when you get really smart, then you can open that stuff up. But also the dumber you are, the more you perceive, which I found fascinating, that like a lot of people who have the lower IQs tend to have very, very kind of spiritual experiences with things. So that's why, anyways, I read a study on it. It was fascinating. Artemio Plus says room tone and reverb control is more important than the mic for sure. 100%.
Yep. 100% agree.
I'm literally knee pain. I don't have to listen to everything that comes out of your mouth. Exactly.
Clippable.
Is that, did I say that?
No, I said that.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I get special comments treatment, makes my cold dead heart extra frosty. Yeah, dude, like anybody that's interacts with this channel consistently, and it's just about being decent, being part of the community.
Well, yeah, I know. It kind of boils down to the super wholesome concept of like, hey, if you'll be my friend, I'll be your friend, right? Like, I don't really care about anything else. Like, I don't know, if you'll cut me a break, I'll cut you a break, and maybe we can make a whole relationship of just continuously cutting each other breaks.
Yeah, and also like, it's once you're part of a community, and like that's the whole point of it, right? Like the whole channel, the point of doing YouTube, and I was actually going over this in my podcasting course that I'm putting together, and you'll notice a lot of like content creators, what they do is they'll be and near the beginning or near the end, they'll usually say, hey guys, could you hit up our website? Let us know this. What do you guys think of this? And the reason they're doing that is because the value of content is based on the people that are interacting with the content. If you do a Mr. Beast video and you get 1 million views, but not a single person comments, the views don't matter. kind of the interaction is the important part of content. And that's why people drive interaction. That's why 99.9% of YouTube videos end with, let me know what you think down below, or hit me up in the comments, or all those different things.
The algorithms are wired to reward engagement.
Yes.
You know, that these platforms are hardwired. And this is why, you know, unfortunately we're in an era where, you know, people are doing really shitty things to get engagement on social media. And that's because social media does not differentiate. It does to a degree, but not very well. Good engagement and bad engagement, it's all just engagement. It keeps you there. And that's the end goal. And so you've got people that are kind of getting that reinforcement that's like, oh, you know, I'm going to go into Walmart and toss a jug of milk across the floor and go, you know, diving in it. Like, you get people doing shit like that, and it's dangerous, but it all comes down to engagement.
Yep. And it's like, it's not even a monetized thing. It's a matter of like, when people feel like they belong.
Yeah, it's a community thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that community is the important part of content.
Culture.
It's a culture. There's so many different aspects to it, and you want to cultivate that. So like, if there's people that I notice, and I'm talking to a person in my comments all the time, like, as soon as I see their comment, I'm going to hit that up, and you're going to make sure that, you know, I don't have to agree with everything you say, but you know, you're still valued. You're part of the whole machine, if you will. Speaking of, Jess, I don't like the Rode connector Unity because you can't really use other mics with the software, and then on Mac it will change where the audio is playing, which pissed me off. I don't know about the Mac thing, but I do know, I believe Unity was allowing other mics at some point, if I recall. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, like, if you're using the Rode kind of ecosystem, companies keep you in the Rode ecosystem for that very reason.
And that's, you know, like, hey man, if you want to own all Apple stuff, your life is going to be really, really easy compared to somebody that doesn't have all Apple stuff. This is, you know, ecosystems sell like crazy. Like Philips Hue can charge $45 US for a light switch. Why? Because it's in the ecosystem and you've already bought in, and there's a momentum there. And so every company right now, you know, I'm not, you know, saying anything out of school, but every company is working on trying to facilitate some kind of ecosystem.
Yeah. Using Rode connecting Unity put me off software mixers, and I want to learn physical mixers. 100%. I don't like software mixers either. I prefer physical mixers. It's one of those things. Learning mixers, you rarely will learn on digital.
No digital mixers bullshit either. If you're going to learn how signal moves around, because this is emulated. This signal flow kind of concept is emulated in the digital realm, but it's less graphic, right? So I would say get yourself a cheap used analog mixer, something small, something that's not going to take up a ton of space, like 16 channel max. Like, I learned most of what I know about how signal moves around on this, you know, Mackie 1642 VLZ Pro behind me, you know, that I've had for like 15 years. And that's a phenomenal tool. And when I was in college, we learned on an Audient ASP 8024, you know, a giant 36 channel analog mixer. And the reason they chose that, now that college has a digital mixer, but they have an SSL duality now, which I'm like, oh, I'll twist my arm. But
before they end up closing shop, and you know,
but no, they're still going strong. They still cap out their registration on the yearly, so they're good. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. They make a lot of money, man.
DJ Play Nice, how's it going? And 19 in chat and only 9 likes. Come on, guys, come on.
I'm in, and I haven't. That's funny.
It's an honor to serve 2 fine, handsome, and articulate men of knowledge. That's my pickup line too.
I don't. The last one is contingent on alcohol consumption, but the first 2 are bullshit.
I hate ASMR unboxings because they tend to tap their nails on things. I don't do that. Mine's all about the tactile.
The nail tapping drives me bananas, man.
Yeah, like, and I actually like. I don't bite my nail. I don't bite my nails anymore, so I actually have decent nails. But no, that would drive me nuts as well.
I don't. I gotta get a pen every time I want to get the battery out of the bottom of my camera because I have no nails.
Artemio plus, I can't stand the mouth clicks. Me either.
Right.
Polly Bananas. Dylan, I loved your part in Pulp Fiction, man. Loved it. Best line ever. Don't fucking Jimmy me, Jules. Okay, don't fucking Jimmy me.
At some point, I have probably said that.
Well, how do you feel being compared to one of the greatest directors of all time?
I don't know, man. There's like, I'm an overthinker. There's a lot of ways I could take that. He makes a lot of money, and he's made some kind of wacky but cool shit. So I mean, that's all good. I'll take that. I'll take that side.
I apparently I look like a director as well. So
if you shaved your beard off, you'd probably look like Kyle Gass from Tenacious D.
Thanks, but no.
I mean, and with those mad guitar skills,
he's got like the hair around. Yeah. Oh shit! What did I drop? I dropped something. I don't know what it is. Never mind.
Something droppable.
No, man. Director, one of the best directors of all time. What's the cheapest stereo mic setup for a beginner ASMR tits? Artists, I'm guessing. ASMR tits is a completely different channel.
That's an adjacent vertical.
Honestly, some of the, like, if you don't want to be USB, probably pencil mics. Getting an XY on pencil mics.
Get a Perception 170. That would be my super cheap but good. That was my first pencil mics were the AKG P170. They're not amazing. A good close second is going to cost you more, but obviously the Rode NT5, they're great pencil mics. I use them pretty regularly, actually.
I'd say also handheld recorders like Zoom H5 Studio would also do it very well.
Yeah.
Great.
The audio, I'm kind of pissy that the audio got so distorted because it probably would have sounded decent if it wasn't clipped to shit on our busking venture.
Yeah. That's my fault. It was one of those things where everything was kind of off the cuff and just go. So I think I might wait on the audio side of things for now and get a drum set. I really miss it and we'll cheap out a bit. Yeah, get the drum set.
Yeah.
Wow, we just fell way behind.
Always.
I hate the Mr. Beast style of content, which I decided to stop chasing views. Yeah, chasing views is relative. Like Mr. Beast style is I actually put a video out on it on my second channel, he uses old tactics from TV. He literally uses, if you ever remember an old show called Fear Factor, he uses the style of Fear Factor. He uses the style of game shows, and he just kind of changes it up a little bit and turns it into his own thing. What he does is not new. It's nowhere near to new. And I don't know if he chases views. I think he just has a lot of like fun. Definitely not defending the guy because his content isn't for everybody. But yeah, I agree. YouTube doesn't care if it's good comments or bad or downvotes or upvotes. It's all engagement. Knee pain. Cheers.
Yeah.
Buddy.
The point is, are you getting votes? That's the big thing. Yeah.
I do notice that a lot of the videos that I have that get hammered with the downvotes or the dislikes tend to get smacked down by YouTube.
Get a little shadow bandage.
If there's enough of a, like, if it's like 100-to-1 dislike to like, it's obvious that you're getting review bombed, and YouTube will look past that. But if you've got, like, let's say 50 likes, 25 dislikes, that means that it's enough where YouTube's going to go.
You either want a lot of good or a lot of bad. You don't want to be in that middle zone.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I do agree. Like, interaction is key, and also time spent watching. Because like YouTube right now is going on satisfaction, which satisfaction is usually indicated by interaction, right? So if you're satisfied with something, you're going to interact with it, whether it's a like, whether it's a comment. I'm really fascinated by that because interaction is such a weird, like I've gotten the, like, did this video, did you enjoy this video that you just watched?
Yeah.
I've gotten that a few times, and it's interesting how they're doing that metric, but it all comes back to interaction. So wow, we're half decent Deegan. Welcome to the live stream. Downvotes can destroy small new channels. You're right. You need to be careful when you're a small channel. I mean, one of the first things you need to do as a small channel is build a community, is you need to interact. And one of the things a lot of bigger YouTubers will say is, get onto the comments and respond to every single comment. And it's not wrong. Comment, to talk with people, build relationships with people, especially at the beginning, because those are the people that they feel a little special. Somebody talk to them. And it sounds stupid, but it's so true. Some people just, nobody talks to them. So when you do, it's a big deal. Kind of giving people value. And when you get down, like I had one video way back that got downvoted all to hell. I just leaned into it. So anyways, Rode M5 match pair. The Rode M5 is different, right? They've got the two different pencils with Rode, right?
There's the NT5, and then there's I think that was the NT4S, which is, to my knowledge, basically two NT5 capsules fixed in kind of a stereo pair, like an XY or ORTF, some variation of that. No, not ORTF. Definitely XY, but I think there's like a 90 to 120 degree, kind of like the Zoom, how you can twist the capsules and adjust it, but I don't know. I don't own an NT4. I've always wanted a fixed stereo mic. I've always just done stereo with two separate capsules. One mic that came to mind was the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Oh, Aiden, we were going to ask for one. Remember the one with the two
V13?
No, I have the V13.
Oh, you're the V13. Yeah. I know.
It's the one with two capsules, and then it's got a little MS decoder box kind of on it. And I've always I've wanted something like that because I love stereo recording on certain things. Acoustic guitar, piano, although piano stereo recording, like balanced stereo recording, is a little trickier. But for a guitar, mid-side pair, in my opinion, is one of the best ways to get a stereo miking. If you don't need stereo, and there are some cases where you're recording an acoustic guitar where you don't want stereo, like doubling, for example, necessarily, although there's people that have done it. I'm not saying it's not acceptable. If you've done it, you're not an idiot. I wouldn't reach for that tool. Right? That's the thing. Like, all of this shit is subjective, techniques, and everything is techniques. You putting a snare drum in your bathtub to record, the echo, that's a technique. It's just, obviously there's more used techniques than there's less used techniques. But
outsider Jess, I always interact with anyone who comments, even if they call me a stupid idiot. If somebody calls you a stupid idiot in chat or in comments, I run into this a lot where people, they're belligerent and like they'll say something. One of my favorites is if somebody gets offended by my opinion. Like, it's my job to review stuff, man. Like, it's my job to say, wow, I didn't really like this. And some people, because they've spent their money or they can't afford anything else, get mad. And I've gotten called a lot of things. I've had threats.
It's so funny, man. Like, oh man, you don't think the thing that I think, man, you should, I'm going to punch you in the face because you think different things. It's like, all right, fair enough. Especially, like, I don't know. But for audio and video, like for technology stuff, really?
Well, I was talking to Bandrew about this. Bandrew, apparently, he's been threatened as well over a review. So, yeah.
Pick your battles, man. Like, really? An audio, like an AV reviewer on YouTube, like, as far as people that are creating problems for the world, quote unquote, I don't think that YouTubers are very high up on the list. Audio, technology YouTubers.
Yeah, you can hold and defend any position you want, but don't be a jerk or be personally abusive. Exactly. I don't care if somebody comes into my comments and says, I don't like that. Cool.
Yeah, And
That's
and
cool.
bugger off with the ad hominem as well. Like, oh, you just think that because you're this. It's like,
Yeah.
attack it for what it is, or don't attack it at all. Like,
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, that's where I fall off the wagon.
Right. Okay, so we're over an hour here. I'm gonna call it. I appreciate everybody coming out. We actually had a good show. Good bunch of people jump in.
Mm.
As for the cameraman, I guess I should kind of touch back on this. Anybody that's like, geez, I wish I lived in Canada. The first person I have to hire is Dylan. So the job will be filled. Dylan, how do you feel about being a cameraman?
I can do it. I've got to, there's some muscle memory I'm going to have to be better at, but I'm good at learning stuff quick.
Yeah, when I can afford it, it's going to go to Dylan first. But there's always going to be hopefully if there's this watershed moment. I think I can call it that, where once you're capable of putting out content faster, you can make more money at it.
No,
So,
really?
well, but once your content makes money, you've got to be at that point. So like if I put out a video every day for a week, I'll see my views go through the roof, and views is how you get paid. Like when we do NAB, you get paid well because you're putting videos out, a lot of them, and people watch them. So YouTube rewards that behavior. It's kind of like getting a chocolate for every time that you agree with somebody.
Yeah, it's dopamine. That's all it is.
Yeah, and so when I am finally able to get somebody that can take care of some tasks that slow the fuck down creation of content, yeah, it'll be night and day, and I think that'll probably open up to other things. So I appreciate it, everybody. Yan, you have a great weekend as well, and we'll see you next week, Friday. Have a great night, guys.
Ciao, ciao.